We're putting the spotlight on something like in the diagnostic space actually right now. We are joined by Varsha to tell us about what could be some of the key aspects to look at and a position of advantage versus the online players for the legacy players. Varsha, what are some of the key aspects here?
Yeah, thank you for that. You know, the key highlight of this story is that online players are actually shifting their strategy. What they're doing is they're pulling back the expenses and discounts, and because of pulling back the expenses and discounts, their gross margins have increased. Now, e-diagnostic players have cut back their costs over the past 2 years, and this has improved. They have seen improvement in the gross margin in 2024, driven by lower discounting. Even marketing spends by the online players have reduced from 30 to 60% year-on-year in 2024, and reduction in selling and distribution expenses have also remained in check. Now, if you see that there has been a sharp cuts in marketing and discretionary spends when it comes to Tata, MG, Healthians and Redcliffe Lab, which shows improvement in gross margins in 2024. Let's see the financial analysis of e-diagnostic player, wherein Tata, MG, if you see in 2023, their gross margin was 27%, which jumped to 34%, while for Healthians the gross margins have jumped from 67 to 76%, and Redcliffe have seen a gross margin of around 70% from 60% last year. Now, the key focus area over here is the discounting has been reduced and your marketing spends have been reduced even for Tata, MG. For Healthians, if you see, SGN expenses have reduced from 52% to 31% in 2024, which has led to improved in gross margins. For Redcliffe Labs, if you see, the gross margin which we are seeing improvement in gross margins led by decreased your discounting, decreased marketing expenses and decreased in selling and general administrative expenses. Now, if you see, because of this cost control and marketing expenses reduction, they've seen reduction in their volume growth, or rather I would say they've seen reduction in the revenue when it comes to FY24 in comparison to FY23. But this slowdown in growth is favorable for companies like Metropolis and Dr. Lal and Vijaya Diagnostics. Now, if you see the organized players are actually benefiting from this calmer landscape. If you see, the established diagnostic chains have maintained their prices, signaling a more stable market. They're seeing less pressure from online players, and this should help to increase their volume growth, and they remain strong because of their trusted brand and pan-India presence overall. Lastly, if I were to talk about the brokerage views, we are seeing more upside potential of around 16% in Dr. Pathlabs, which is followed by Metropolis and Thyrocare overall.
Well, thanks so much for that, Varsha. So definitely a very deep analysis that Varsha has done on the online players, specifically improving their margins, but the revenue growth and slowdown, and that's the advantage for the legacy players.